Hello and a very warm welcome to today's live stream. Please give me a moment. I'm having a bit of a technical issue. I'll get this sorted out and we shall get started. Okay, so this seems to be working. I had issues with my video and I still am having a bit of a problem with my video because there's some weird black border coming around the edges. All right, we won't worry too much about that. We'll get the show on the road. Um, I just want to check one more last thing and we'll get it going. Oh, that is all looking fine. And apologies for the delay in getting going this afternoon. It's been a couple of weeks. I've been away to the US. First of all, I went to Funnel Hacking Live and then to Traffic and Conversion Summit. Both really amazing events. And if you haven't been to any of these, I would highly recommend that you start visiting these events. I've got lots of content to share, and we'll be uploading them on our YouTube channel and all the other social channels as well. From tomorrow, I think we're starting, so keep an eye out on those posts as well. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And that is working fine. Okay, so everything in place. I'll enlarge this a bit. All right, so it's 10 past 3 in the afternoon in the UK. Every Tuesday and Friday I go live and teach something about Google Ads. We cover a variety of topics: video ads, Google Ads, obviously, search ads, display, Gmail, Performance Max, pretty much anything and everything. Anything to do with Google Ads. If you have any questions, then please put them in the comment box around the video. I can see Swift Propel sending a question, so that's fine. I'm going to come to those towards the end of the session. So if you're new here, the sessions are very friendly and informal. I'll cover today's topic, which is top tips to increase your CTR, which is the click-through rate. And then towards the end of the session, I'll try and answer as many questions as I can. Before I do that, I just would like to say a massive thank you to all of you who came to see me in San Diego, and also to Digital Marketeer. They recently ran a campaign for the Marketeer of the Year award, and I came second. I almost made it, but Alex, there she is over here, she came first. So many congratulations to her. Um, it was a amazing contest. I thoroughly enjoyed being part of it, and I'll try and win it next time for all of you and for myself as well. But without the support of my followers, fans, customers, well wishers, it wouldn't have been possible. So I would like to say a big thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you for the support and for the votes, um, and the trust which you put in me, for voting for me. But I came second, which I'm still very thrilled about it. So thank you, everyone. Okay, so let's move on to today's topic. which is how to increase your click-through rate and why you should bother to um, try and increase your click-through rates. And I'll give you some top tips on this. But before we get started, what is click-through rate? Click-through rate is total clicks divided by the impressions. Google is in the business of clicks, right? If nobody clicks on the ads, they don't make money. Neither will you, because you will not get the traffic to your website. They won't, the visitors, you won't have any visitors, you won't get any leads, and you won't get any sales. So you want your CTR to be as high as possible, because that is a signal to Google, which tells them that anytime, every time somebody sees your ad, they like what they see on the ad and they click on it. And there are some few things which happens when somebody starts to click on it. So the way to work out your CTR is total clicks divided by the number of impressions. So if we had 100 clicks and 1,000 impressions, your CTR would be a straightforward 10%. That's the simple explanation of a CTR. And why is it important? I want to make this a bit wider. Now it fits in nicely. Why is it important? So, extremely valuable for measuring the relevance and quality of your ads. If people are not clicking on your ads, that means there's something wrong with your ad. It could be the targeting as well. If you're keyword targeting, then obviously you're targeting the right keywords. But if you are targeting the audience on the GDN or YouTube, then it may well be the audience or the targeting, right? But if let's keep it to the search ads for now, you targeting keywords. There's nothing wrong with the keywords. They see the ad, it's not enticing enough, it's not making people click on your ad. So you need to make it more tempting with more value for them, more stronger call to action, benefits, features, and so on. So you need to optimize the ads and don't change the landing page or the offer or the pricing on there. Nothing to do with landing page. Just focus on improving your ad, right? Different ads, better ads. The higher the CTR, the more relevant your ad is to the search term or the user's query, because they keep clicking on it, your CTR is going to be higher. Then Google rewards you for a higher CTR because they are making more money, you are making more money. And one of the signals for improving the quality score is the CTR. If more people click on your ads, people are more interested in your in what they see. So you get a higher quality score, which lowers your cost per click, which we all want. CTR lowers your CPC because you have a higher quality score. And if you're driving relevant traffic to your website, then you are going to increase your ROI and your ROAS. I get this asked so many times: what is a good CTR? What is a good conversion rate? There are some benchmarks I'm going to go through in a minute, but there is no such thing as a good CTR or a bad CTR. Obviously, higher the better, but it needs to be the relevant traffic. We just don't want high CTR and low conversion or conversion rates, right? It needs to have, we need to have the right audience to click on our ads. Now, there will be two types of campaigns which you will run with. Well, there are more, but the two most generic ones are the branded campaigns and the non branded campaigns. Branded campaigns will always have a high CTR. So things like buy Nike shoes. If somebody is searching for buy Nike shoes, that means it is a branded term. Nike is a brand. Somebody searches for buy running shoes, it's a non branded term. So the CTRs on this would be obviously quite low. So what you will do is you will keep these keywords in separate campaigns. That's what we do, because then we can see the data granularly at campaign level, don't have to go into ad groups and so on. Always have a branded campaign separate with its own budget. Never let a branded campaign run out of budget. Non-branded campaigns or non-branded keyword campaigns have a separate campaign and with its own budget. So here's some benchmark over here. This is the top half is, I'm not sure you may be able to see this properly, but I will read it out for you. So this is the search CTR, and the Google Display Network CTRs is different because it's less intent. So search campaigns over here, we've got apparel, arts and entertainment, business, industrial, computers, dining, finance, health, all of these different color-coded niches and categories. And they range from 4.89, 5.86, 3.83, and so on. So I think it's ranging from between 3.27 as the lowest and the highest being 7.83, which is for travel and tourism, and the lowest is the gray one, which is the health. GDN is a completely different beast. Now, you may get confused because Performance Max has got everything in one pot or in one campaign. How do you work out what's a good CTR or not? The only way to work out right now is obviously the performance of the campaigns, whether they are performing or converting or not. That's the main metric which I would go with. Display networks range from 0.43 to 0.59, so 0.5% at best. So the average CTR click through rate, if you were to ask me today what should be my average CTR, 5.06 across all of these industries or niches. On the search network and on the display network, 0.5. For video, we aim for 1%, and so do I for display campaigns as well. Although Google says 0.5 is the industry standard or the average, but this data is by courtesy of Data Feed Watch. Okay, so how do you improve your click-through rate? Write great compelling ads. Use keywords in the headlines and descriptions. So now we've got responsive search ad. 15 headlines and 4 descriptions. Use keywords in at least 4 to 5 headlines. And what we tend to do is pin headline 1, always with a keyword in it. So the first thing they read is that keyword in it, right? Keep ad copy relevant to the search query. So someone searches for red apples, show ads for red apples and not green apples. It's extremely important. It's obvious, but I see this mistake a lot. Or we sell all kinds of apple. No, that's not good enough. I'm searching for red apples. Show me red apples. I'm not worried about golden, green, or whatever apples, right? Then in the ad, showcase your benefits and features. Have a strong call to action. Buy now, get free delivery, free quotation, free consultation, free demo, free trial, all of these. The word free is one of the most important and powerful word you can use to improve the CTR. Always use it if you offer something for free, like all these things. All right. Now, this used to be the case that you have multiple ads in the ad group to split test, but now we are split testing on the headlines and the description lines. Now, if you got 15 headlines and 4 description on ad 1 and another 15 headlines and 4 description on ad 2, you need a lot of data to split test all these variations. So my recommendation would be to focus on just one ad. 15 headlines is more than enough. Because if you were to look at our traditional old ads, which had 3 headlines and what was used to call expanded text ads, 3 headlines and 2 descriptions, and you can have multiple headlines. Right now, there is one responsive ad is equivalent of 3 or 4 expanded text ads. So you can write multiple ads, but you will need to split test for a long time. I would recommend just have one responsive search ad and let Google split test all the variations of your headlines and descriptions. Use prices or pricing in your ads to qualify or disqualify the click. If somebody can't afford your prices, no need to get that click. You're wasting money. So if you are selling a high ticket item, you can say our prices start from, let's say, $10,000. If somebody can't afford that 10 grand, they're not going to click on it. So pricing is a great way to qualify that click or to disqualify that click. Use the display URLs, always the path one and the path two, right? Always in the ad, and try to put the keyword in the path one or path two. So it could be path one, could be Google Ads and training. Obviously, this is a trademark, and I always have this issue of my ads being limited because of the trademark. But if it's just generic offer which you are serving, then you won't have that problem. But use it. I see so many accounts not using the part one and part two, where you have got opportunity of adding 30 characters and 30 characters. Is it? No, it's not 30, it's 15 and 15. Sorry. I'm losing track with so many different ads and campaign tabs Google is throwing at us all the time. All right. Um, use ad extensions. Always use them, right? You got all these site links, call out, structure snippets, image, call extensions, lead form. We haven't used a lot of lead form, to be honest with you, but all the other ones we use regularly. It again increases your quality score, makes your ad bigger. Why wouldn't you want bigger ads? It really, I can't understand why people don't make an effort to write and set up ad extensions. It takes literally a few minutes and it is just done and dusted, and you forget about it unless you need to rewrite them. But for majority of the time, you don't need to make any changes to these. And again, Google will reward you with higher quality score and cheaper CPCs. Use negative keywords creatively also to qualify or disqualify the click. You can use the key negatives at account, campaign, or ad group level. If you are selling iPhones and you don't sell Android or Samsung, then put them at account level, because you don't want to be adding those at campaign level or at ad group level. Otherwise, it will carry on eating up the budget, as well as getting the wrong click. Another best practice when writing ads is capitalize every first letter in your ad. But you cannot capitalize like that. Google is going to disapprove the ad, because what you're trying to do is trying to get you're trying to emphasize a keyword or a service or a word or a phrase. You This will get disqualified. This is fine. But what I also see is lots of times I see all of these capitalized, and then sometimes one or two words will not be capitalized. So keep it consistent. So this per month should also be capitalized, and so on. And that makes your ad a bit more. That's what they say, is makes your ads look bigger, because the letters are a bit bigger, and it is as per Google's best practices. All right. So now I can see quite a few comments and questions popping in the box. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then we go on to the questions. And the best part of my session is to answer your questions, which I really enjoy. You see the Facebook group. If you haven't joined in, please do so. We've got a really nice community of like-minded professionals. I think we've got over 1,200 now. So please do join in. It's free to join. All right. Okay, a few doubts. When we duplicate a campaign in order to test a new strategy, then does the new child campaign gets all the collected data history from the parent campaign? No, it starts from zero. and what you will do is copy and paste. So what we tend to do is, let's say if we are running a campaign and I want to test a new bidding strategy on a campaign which is performing quite well, and I want to change it from max conversions target CPA to manual CPC or whatever. I will test it in the new campaign, not the original one which is running. Let it run. Don't touch it. Test it with the new one because the account has got data in it. Google knows what we are looking for. So I would recommend that you start testing in the new campaigns and not the current one or the winning one. Okay. Hi, Shilpa. All right. How can I add Google Ads tracking code on my MailChimp landing page? Shilpa, I've got no experience of MailChimp. Um, I think the last time we used it was about 6, 7, 8 years ago. I didn't even know that MailChimp has a landing page feature. Now, probably they have built it in. Uh, I would be very surprised if they don't have a way of adding conversion tracking on MailChimp. I'm pretty sure it will be because it's all about analytics and conversion tracking. So if you wouldn't mind going to the MailChimp support or go on Google and search for MailChimp landing page conversion tracking or something like that, I'm sure you will get the answer. But unfortunately, I can't help you on this one because I haven't got a clue whether they allow you to add tracking code or not. While adding negative keywords to an ad group, should we directly exclude the search terms as exact match, or should we mold the search terms and add them as phrase match negative keywords? It really depends on how your campaign is structured, basically. So I want to give you an example of, let's say, the iPhone. Um, if you only sell iPhone and you don't sell Samsung or Android or Google phones, then you put them at account level negative list as phrase or broad Samsung. So anything which has got Samsung in it, it will get excluded, or Google phone or Android phone or something like that. Let's say you don't sell iPhone 7 because the older model. Then what you would do is you will not put iPhone 7 as or iPhone as an exact or a broad. You would put in iPhone 7 as a phrase match, not an exact match. So if somebody searches for buy secondhand iPhone 7, sell my iPhone 7, cheap iPhone 7, discounted iPhone 7. So that phrase match will obviously catch all these search terms. But if you put iPhone 7 as an exact match, then all these other search terms like discount iPhone 7, buy iPhone 7, sell iPhone 7 will continue to run and eat up your budget. So it really is, again, dependent on how your campaign is structured and where you are setting up your negatives. We have account level negative list, which is applied to all the campaigns. Then we also have sometimes campaign level negatives as well as ad group level negative. But I hope you got the general idea as to when you should and shouldn't use exact negatives because it can literally kill off your traffic if you use the wrong match type. All right. Hi, Tusha. It's been great learning from you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I just had a doubt which has come up recently regarding video campaigns being narrowed down by removing content targeting. How do you see that? Google is evolving. Google is changing all the time. I don't think we will have any keywords or match types for the search campaigns next year. Everything is going into performance max, and we have got less and less control over it. But the control which we have in Google Ads is your creatives. So in one way, we have less work to do. All the heavy lifting is being done by the machines. Um, we have aeroplanes being flown on autopilot, and we don't bat an eyelid. But we freak out when Google takes away some of our controls from us. If we freaked out on autopilots, then we would never fly, right? We are now having more and more self-driving cars are coming into onto the roads. Again, we're not freaking out. We're giving the controls to the machine. So what's different about Google Ads? What it will allow marketeers or the creative marketeers to be really creative, just focus on the creatives, the ads, the angles, the hooks, the call to actions, the landing page experience, the offers. So many different things you need to test and optimize. We don't need to worry too much about the mesh types, the negative list, the account level negatives, which I just talked about. Right? All of them potentially is going to go away very soon. So I don't have any hangups because Google knows best. I know some of you will be very cynical about this. That is another cash grab from Google, but each to their own. As far as I'm concerned, um, I get more time to test my creatives, and have less control doesn't mean that we have no control. It may mean that we have got a machine or the algorithm or the bots which are a lot more smarter than us. They are looking at millions of data points. We can only look at a few data points, and our mind is like fried. Oh my God, I need to look at CTR, impressions, clicks, CPC, conversion rate, and all of these handful of metrics. It's looking at the bigger picture. Google knows who's going to convert and who isn't going to convert a lot better than we know. What is the fastest way to add negative keywords from thousands of search terms? Do you follow any steps or filters? Yes, absolutely. So there's a few ways. One is you download them and take them into a spreadsheet and then filter them in or out. The other way is to make a filter, save them. That if the keyword does not contain iPhone, then you know that all these search terms have got iPhone in it. I'm selling iPhones. I want to add them into my account. And then you can switch it around to the filter the term does not contain iPhone. All of them in one go. It will take literally seconds, and you can exclude them at account, campaign, or ad group level. Can we create conversion tracking in Google Ads? Absolutely, and you should never run Google Ads without setting up conversion tracking, because the algorithm will never not work. Now they've made it, and some of the campaigns I've seen compulsory that you cannot run it until the conversion tracking is set up, because it's in Google's interest as well as yours to set up the conversion tracking. If you don't get the conversions, what's going to happen? You're going to stop advertising. Google won't earn, neither will you. So you got to set up Google Ads, or we import conversion data from G4. Yeah, you can either import it offline conversions or through analytics or G4 or whichever is the best you want. I would say always set up, because the Google Ads algorithm looks at the Google Ads conversion data as well. So set it up, and you can also import it and set them up as secondary ones just to check everything is all okay. if we do both, is there any risk of double tracking? Yes, if you can double count them if you set them both as primary. If you are importing, then set them up as secondary, then it will not muddy your conversion data from Google Ads. So the Google Ads one would be your primary, or any offline data which you imported can be secondary if it's the same data that, or the same conversion tracking, that is. Okay. Should we include competitor related search terms as negative keywords for a local search ads campaign? What is your opinion? My opinion is you always set it up and test it. If it is working out to be very expensive, then you stop it. But you are going to take some of your competitors' traffic. So on the flip side, if let's say you are bidding on a competitor's brand, but people are trying to get their support helpline phone number, billing, or tech support and things like that. And if they phone you, I want to pay my bill for my phone or whatever it is, or Wi-Fi, and you're bidding on their brand name, then you will get a lot of irrelevant calls and conversions. So you don't want that. So you will want to exclude search terms like billing, tech support, accounts, and those kind of words, and add them as negatives. But people who are looking for their brand only, that means they are looking to buy something from them, you then bid and see if it works, carry on. If it doesn't work, stop it. How do you reckon the people who browse websites or similar to custom segment works? It works pretty well. We use custom segments a lot now for all our video ads or video campaigns, display campaigns, and so on. And we will test different websites and group them separately in different custom segments. So if it's like, let's say, accounting and bookkeeping, then they will be in um, one campaign. If it be accountants or accountants could be one segment, bookkeepers could be another segment, and so on. So keep them separate, but don't put them together, because then you will get the data at a very granular level and you will see which audiences are working best. How can I run ad on Google Ads using MailChimp landing page? Because I'm not able to find out how to add conversion code on this landing page. So you don't run to MailChimp if they don't allow you to add conversion code or tag on your landing page, then you are going to be wasting a lot of money. There are lots of apps like Unbounce, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages. All these apps will allow you to create a simple landing page, and then you can track each and every conversion. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I came second. I'll try to win it next time. So thank you for your support. I know you always send me emails. Is it Saud or Saud? I think your name is, isn't it? Swift Propel, if I recall correctly. So, but thanks for your sending your questions, and I truly appreciate your message as well. All right, I had that before. Recommended audience signals for PMAX when selling a product that's new and unknown by many. Okay. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. Amjad, are you asking me to recommend? So there will be lots of, so if it's a product for luxury shoppers or it's an expensive item, then you target those luxury shoppers, fashionistas, people who buy expensive stuff and not discount stuff. There are loads of inbuilt audiences, or you can create your own custom segment with a group of brands. So let's say if this is a luxury product, then you group all your luxury brands in one, create a custom segment audience, and run it on PMAX. So it doesn't matter whether they are known or not. If a brand is new, so when the selfie stick came out, nobody knew, right? But very quickly it was like wildfire all over the internet, and one of the best-selling products ever. So sometimes it is a bit of a problem when you don't have any competition either, because nobody is aware of it, and you also don't know whether this is going to work or not. So you have to take a risk, and the higher the risk, the greater the rewards. Okay, done that. If I add an audience list, website visitor list to feed only PMAX, will it dynamically remarket? Yes, it will. And what you can also do, set up a remarketing audience as well, and it will remarket. Thank you. Okay, that's fine. Um, can we use brand names like Nike, Reebok, etc. in keyword search terms? Yes, you can bid on any search terms, whether it's trademark or not, but you cannot add them in your ad copy unless you've got express permission from that brand. Changing current domain of a Shopify store to a secondary and adding a new domain as primary. Anything to look out for on GWGA and MC? I'm really not sure just what this comment or question is about. I'm running PMAX campaign in two separate accounts. In one account under insights, I can see the in-market and affinity audiences which receive clicks and impressions. The other one account doesn't show, is being rolled out. So it will eventually catch up. In a lot of our accounts, we don't see this data. So it's being rolled out. Both account a good amount of clicks, impressions have been running for a while. Yeah, one hasn't got it's not whitelisted, but it will roll out. Can we get traffic on website with CPV bidding strategy? So cost per view is your bidding strategy. So what you want to do is to get more views. If you want clicks to your website, I would recommend you go on to maximize clicks and not on CPV bidding, because CPV is cost per view, right? I'm running a search campaign for a local business 15-mile radius, and my competitors also running search ads. Is there any ways of finding what keywords or budget our competitors use? You just have to ask them. No, I'm just kidding. You focus on yours. Don't worry about others, right? Why are you worried about what others are? You worry about your weakness and your strength and see how you can improve upon it. If you start worrying about what others do, what others say, and what others think, you'll never be able to achieve anything in life or nor in business. So I don't care about what others do, right? I do my own thing. I'll try it. If I fail, I know I tried my best and I failed, which is fair enough. Lots of things I try, I fail. But you have to worry about what you want to do, what you want to achieve, what your goals are. Are you hitting those metrics or not? And if not, then just by finding out your competitor data will not help you. A couple of things which you can do is go into apps like SpyFu, SEMrush, but you need to take that data with a pinch of salt, because what I found data in there is not very I wouldn't say accurate, but I'll look at it, but I won't treat it as gospel. I'll look at it and I'll say, okay, fine. That's what they're doing. Because sometimes if you want to find out what the budget is, from your competitors. You can look into the auction insights and see what the search impression share is and things like that. So you can find out in your Google Ads account where you are and what your competitors are doing. Okay, walaikum assalam, brother. Okay, so those who don't understand assalamu alaikum, that is greetings in Urdu or Arabic. And I'm said greeting back to Gadgetly. My question is that can I get traffic on website with the CPV work well? Yes, as I explained earlier on, max conversions for traffic for sure. In terms of spending less as budget is low, should we use exact match in keyword setting? Exact match is the most expensive click. So you'll get less clicks, but most relevant clicks. Broad match is the cheapest click, but you will get a fair amount of irrelevant clicks. Having said that, the algorithm, the machine, the Google Ads ecosystem is getting better and better day by day. Algorithm works a lot better than broad match nowadays. Exact match and phrase match are not exact and phrase anymore. Google will still show your ads to close variants. So I don't see why we should pay more for getting the same search terms. You know, I'll probably get the same search terms for broad match and for exact match, but exact match is uh, costing me a lot more. Okay, I'm good, Tanzil. How are you? Good to see you here, my friend. So you're here learning something and not making trouble elsewhere, right? Are smart campaigns more useful to make the phone ring or sending traffic to website? Yeah, both, Tanzil. It's both. It depends on the goals of your campaign, as I said earlier on. If you want your phones to ring, then set up call ads. If you want website traffic, then you set up, ads which attract the click either via search ads, display ads, video ads. And I'm a very big fan of video ads. A lot of traffic can come through from display and video at a highly relevant traffic, I should say, come from these channels at a fraction of the cost which you will find on search term. For me, if I were to run Google Ads search campaigns for my business and agency, it will cost me 6 times more on search network compared to video or display. So guess where I spend most of my cash? Amjad, I can't recall what your question was. If you can put them all together, brother, I'll appreciate. You have recommended maximum clicks for traffic, but max clicks is not available with YouTube ads. Well, I didn't know which you were working. So max conversions, I would say, with YouTube ads. Start with max conversions. Once you've got, I mean, you'll get this number from different people, right? Some people will say 30 conversions. Google will say zero conversions. Some people will say 100, and then switch over um, uh, to a target CPA or target ROAS. I switch it around 100 to be on the safe side. Okay. All right. Started 2 campaigns for different sites. One is sending traffic to site. Isn't getting much impressions, but the site aiming for more calls, getting more impressions and clicks. Okay, I'm trying to understand your question, Tanzil. You got 2 campaigns running to 2 different sites. Okay, if they are in the same niche, then you can get away with running in the same account. Otherwise, you should use different accounts because it just messes up the negative keywords and the campaign setup and so on. So if they're completely two different niches, like one is selling furniture and the other one is selling holidays, I would never run both the campaigns in from the same account. One is sending traffic to site, okay, isn't getting much impressions. So then you need to look at your bidding. You're not bidding high enough and aggressively. That's why you're being outranked and outbid by your competitors. So you need to up your bids and possibly your budget as well. But the site aiming for more calls, getting more impressions and clicks. So you're getting calls on clicks and more impressions. So uh, without looking at your campaign, honestly, I cannot comment on this. You'll need to come on one of our coaching call sessions, and we can have a look at the account. All right, I've got a few more minutes before my next call starts. I've created a new campaign with keywords like iPhone repair, iPhone screen booking, and tried different keywords. None of them approved, as Google said it's not allowed. So any of these iPhone repair or tech support or IT support, Google doesn't allow anymore. So unfortunately, you won't be able to do it. So the way I would go about doing this is to build up your brand by putting up videos of how to protect your iPhone, how to do some little workflows, or not hacks but tips on how to use your phone more efficiently, how to make your battery last longer, and things like that, and build up your brand. Not many people are doing that, but you have to do this in the long uh, long game. Just like I am here, twice a week I go live. During the week we upload more videos and so on, and that gave me the chance to win the Digital Marketeer of the Year award, because digital marketeers saw what I'm doing for my business and for my clients. So you will get all these opportunities as well. Not only more leads and more customers, your business is going to evolve. So if you can't do it, there's no point in setting up new accounts or new campaigns, because they just will not run. I'm just no. It's not about asking too many questions. I just couldn't understand what it was. With regards to your Shopify questions, okay, I'm changing the domain of an e-commerce website, and I just wanted to check how this will be. You just change the domain of your store. So once you change it, then it will redirect to the new domain. So again, I'm not sure what you're asking. Are you asking or saying that should you or should you not change the domain? Why would you change the domain? I don't understand, unless it's a complete rebrand. So yeah, you can change the domain in your Shopify store. Hello back to the Facebook user. How will it affect? No, you'll have to start again. You'll have to get your ads approved, your merchant center feed approved, and the analytics will be new if you're changing the domain, right? It will be start from zero. Okay, they're in the same domain niche but different towns. All right, that's fine. Yes, you need to join the session. Okay, I've got another call to hop on. Thank you so much. It's been great chatting up with you guys, and I'll be back here on Friday. So till then, stay safe and have a great and a productive week. And I shall see you guys back here on Friday. So keep your questions ready. Bye for now.